Hi friends, Namaskar Bondhura. Today we will be doing lesson 2 of Let's Learn Bengali and we will cover the foreign words which have been incorporated into the Bengali language and how we can use them to our advantage. Let's start with a long standing story about a man who is coming out of the railway station in Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh. He goes to the rickshaw puller and says, I want to go to Dhaka Vishwavidyalaya. So, Vishwavidyalaya is the Bengali word for university. The rickshaw puller looks at him and says, what did you say? I didn't get you. Uh, so the man repeats, I want to go to Dhaka Vishwavidyalaya. The rickshaw puller looks at him very confused and says, there is no place in this like that in this town. Uh, are you sure you have to go to this place? The man says, of course there is this place. I went there last week itself. Take me to Dhaka Vishwavidyalaya. Then the rickshaw puller says, I do not understand which place you are wanting to go to. Tell me in simple Bengali. I don't understand. Then the man like really gets angry and says, you do not understand simple directions even. I'm telling you time and again that I want to go to Dhaka University. Why are you not able to take me there? Then the rickshaw puller says, oh, you want to go to Dhaka University? You should have told me in Bengali. Why didn't you tell me this earlier? So that is the situation. If you speak to people in pure Bengali, people will probably not even understand what you are saying because the foreign words have become so widespread and popular. I In the last lesson, I told you that you have to mug up some words before you start making sense of the Bengali language. But since there are substantial influences of foreign languages on Bengali, you can start understanding Bengali by using your existential vocabulary base. Yay! So, modern Bengali, just like every other language, is influenced by its surroundings. Like no language is technically speaking pure these days. Uh, but we will look at the history of this language slightly. So India was under foreign rule quite a few times. So the first time 100 years it was under Mughal rule, who are from Persia, and then for another 100 years India was under British rule. So there are substantial influence of Persian and English on Bengali. Also, Kolkata used to be uh, a very important port in those days. So there and they had trade relations with Persia, with the Portuguese and French, and so there are several words from these languages as well in Bengali. Also, Indian languages like Hindi and Sanskrit, those words are also there. Let's have a look at some English words and try to guess what the Bengali versions are. Uh, Ball, camera, breakfast, lunch, dinner, machine, computer, phone, laptop, net or internet. Then there are places like office, school, college, university, musical instruments like guitar, piano, pieces of clothing like shirt, pant, coat, methods of travel like bus, train, plane, taxi. As you probably have already guessed, the Bengali words are exactly the same as the English words. You might notice that there are some words which have been starred. Those words have equivalent Bengali words. For example, school is Vidyalaya, university is Vishwavidyalaya, phone is Durobhash, breakfast is Pratorash, but If you ask a Bengali how their pratorash was, I'm pretty sure no one is going to understand you. So you are safe, completely safe using the English words even with native Bengalis. Then there are some English words which have been adapted into Bengali, like the pronunciation has been changed. For example, apple becomes apel, apel, doctor becomes daktar, daktar, hospital becomes hashpatal, hashpatal, number becomes nombor, nombor, photo becomes photo, photo. There might be others, and I'll keep adding them as and when I remember, but this is what I can recall for now. Let's talk about the two forms within the Bengali language itself. The first one is called Shadhu Bhasha, which is the prim and proper form of the language. It is used only for written text, and that too in older times. And it is heavily influenced by Sanskrit, from which the all the North Indian languages have been derived. The other form is called Cholit Bhasha. In Bengali, Cholit means running or whatever is in vogue. This is the colloquial form of the language. Of course, the entire spoken portion of the language belongs to Cholit Bhasha. Nowadays, whatever text is being produced, whatever text is being written, it is written using this language because it is easier to communicate with the people uh, of this time and age. This is the live form of the language. So you might hear people talking about bedroom when they are speaking, but when you see a text written in the older form of Bengali, you will not see any references to bedroom, but you will find shoyon kokho, which literally translates to sleeping room. Uh, but since our main objective is to have a conversational grasp of the language, we will stick to Cholit Bhasha and avoid Shadhu Bhasha for now. So we are a pretty inclusive lot. It's not like we took words only from English language. We have taken words from other languages as well. I will just pronounce the Bengali words two times so you get an idea how the pronunciation goes. Uh, so from bazar, it becomes bajar, bajar. From ananas, in several Romance languages, it becomes anarosh, anarosh. From Portuguese pera, it becomes peara, peara. From varanda, it becomes baranda, baranda. From viola, it becomes behala, behala. Note that there is a locality in Kolkata which is called Behala. It has got nothing to do with violence. Then restaurant is a curious case because though restaurant is an English word, the Bengali pronunciation is closer to the French pronunciation and goes as restaurant, restaurant. Then from igreja, it becomes girja, girja. From kagas, it goes kagoj, kagoj. From Persian, behaya. In Persian, haya means shame. Behaya means without shame or someone who does not have shame. So the Bengali word becomes behaya, behaya. Also note that the word haya, which means shame, the Bengali word is not haya. The Bengali word generally used is lojja, lojja. Okay. So today was a short lesson. Remember that Bengali belongs to the Indo-European language family, which includes a lot of languages, all languages basically coming from Persian, Sanskrit, and Latin. Um, and about 50% of the world speaks that language. So you are good to go. Just try speaking the Bengali. with your foreign vocabulary, you can still be understood. Today's bit of the Bong culture, uh, the lesson name is Firingi. It comes from Persian Firangi and means foreigner, generally a white person, probably because at that point in time only Europeans were going around the world. It has a slightly negative connotation, as in the sense of being non inclusive. Um, the more generic word which is in use right now is bideshi. So desh means country, deshi means something belonging to the country, and bideshi means something belonging to a different country. This is just for your knowledge, so you do not use firangi or firingi in general context. It is not that widespread use of the word. The other thing I wanted to talk about Firingi is the Firingi Kalibari. Now, you may know that Kolkata is famous for many Kali temples, uh, or many temples of goddess Kali. So, Bari means house, and Kalibari means house of Kali, which means temples of goddess Kali. Now, how the temple of an Indian goddess became a foreign thing, I'll explain. So there was this person called Hensman Anthony. He was a Portuguese. He came to India, learned Bengali, married a Hindu widow. He was pretty influenced by Hinduism. And he stayed back here and he used to compose poems and numerous religious songs. So he was the patron of this Kali temple, and because of the association of the temple with Europeans who were called Firingi at that time, this temple came to be known as Firingi Kalibari, and even till date, it is known as Firingi Kalibari. You will not find anyone who refers to this Kali temple as by its original name. One of my friends say that there are two sentences in every language which you must know, and one of them is where is the toilet or where is the bathroom. Uh, Fear not, in case of Bengali, you are safe because bathroom and toilet is used in Bengali like that. And if you ask for directions, someone will be able to point it out. Um, so for the homework, let me know what do you think is a must know sentence in Bengali, and we will take it up in the next lessons. That's it for today. Do like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like the video. সবাই ভালো থেকো, আবার দেখা হবে. Take care and we will meet again.